Again, my little introduction is about projects in telecom and IT and how we are trying to build cooperation so that Egypt will make use, and also the rest of the continent would be making use out of your project. Cape Town, Cairo, you said it briefly in the first part of our interview. So what do you mean by Cape Town, Cairo?
Well, about 15 years ago, I came up with this idea that with the advent of fiber technology, it should now be possible to link all African countries together. So we came up with this concept of Africa Connected Network, one network connecting all the African countries. At the time, people thought I was crazy. But as you know...
Not anymore?
Not anymore. So we started to build with Chinese contractors from Cape Town in South Africa. We built all the way through South Africa into the neighboring country, and we have been building ever since. And of course, in each country where there isn't enough infrastructure, we build. And we have now built over 60,000 kilometers. And our network...
Land.
Only on land. We don't build in the sea. We have no fiber at all in the sea. We connect to existing fibers in the sea, but that's not our interest. Our interest is...
And it's known that fiber in the land is definitely more efficient than submarine cables.
It's much more efficient. You get better latencies, but it's much more difficult in a strange way. Technologically, you think it's harder to put cable in the sea, but it's actually harder on land because you have regulatory issues, political issues. We have connected... Private ownerships and so forth, and governments. Oh, it can be difficult sometimes. But we have connected 660 cities, and we have built over 60,000 kilometers. But we are excited because we have finally arrived in Cairo through a partnership with... we've connected now Egypt to the rest of Africa, and we have now moved west. So we've completed the Pan-Sahara link in partnership with the Chad government and Sudan, and we have now reached the border of Nigeria and Cameroon on the west. So
how does it flow? It flows from Cape to Cairo, and Cairo actually should mean Alexandria because this is the point of the Mediterranean.
So certainly, yeah, but when we get to a country like Egypt, because you already have your own network, we're just connecting to your network at the border. So technically we have now reached everywhere in Egypt.
So it's what, the one straight, is it one straight line from Cape to Cairo? Or, and what happens, now you're telling me about West Africa, so do we have horizontal lines?
Yes.
And how far have we gone so far?
Okay, so to give the distance from Cape to Cairo, if we were just building a straight line, would be 10,000 or so kilometers. Okay. But we are not building in a straight line. We enter a country, we are building through the country. So in some countries we build 5,000, 10,000 kilometers connecting cities within the country. But generally we have continued this push to get to the north. So having arrived at the border with Egypt, like we interconnected with all the other operators.
All the incumbents.
But in countries where there is no incumbent with their own fiber, we build there. Okay. But we just plugged in at the border and moved west. So going west, we have gone from Port Sudan right through Chad. The whole journey is 2,400 kilometers. And that has been built by a Chinese company for us. And we have now reached the Chad capital. And from there we are heading into Cameroon to the west, to the south, which takes us to the Atlantic. But again, we don't go into the sea, we just move inland. Then we turn into Nigeria, and we continue. Our hope is that during the term of President Sisi, because it is recognized as an African Union project, we will reach Dakar, which is the tip in Senegal. Yeah. We hope this will continue right round until we return again to Cairo. So in the following year we want to get to Tangier, and then we will turn and head this way. But we have the support of all the governments. So I get calls all the time. I had the call the other day from the Moroccan government, say, when are you arriving?
Okay,
why can't you come quicker?
So why can't you come quicker? Honestly, I mean, do you do parallel projects, or do you go, you have to relay it?
It isn't easy to do them in isolation. So we have to, because of the way we are, the way we fund it. So last year we invested $1 billion. This year we will do another $1 billion to get this infrastructure in place. And so it's quite an extensive program. We also build data centers to interconnect to this network. We are the biggest builders now of data centers. And some of the data centers are for some of the biggest companies in Silicon Valley. So they will ask us to put a complete data center for
to host them there, yeah.
To host them, yeah.